Hello. So if you're watching this on replay on my YouTube or even on replay in my Facebook group, and then just give me a minute because these are recorded live into my Facebook support group, and if you want the link for that, if you're watching this on YouTube, then you can find that in the description box below on YouTube, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, I've uploaded it to Instagram or wherever else, and there's no description or whatever. Just send me a message somehow on something, however you connect with me on that channel. So hi, happy Tuesday. These weeks are going so fast at the minute. I don't know if it's just me, but yes, they went very, very fast. I'm like, we're in March, so what now? So it's Tuesday. I'm having a manic Tuesday today. Yeah, we'll go away at the weekend, and this is why I don't bother going on holiday, because it's just hard work. So it is Tuesday, so it is time for Top Tip Tuesday, and today it is about how to stop feeding your anxiety. So this topic has come voted for within my actual support group over on Facebook. So hi to everyone who's watching me in there live, and like I said at the start, if you're not in that group and you want to be in, then you get the chance to vote as well every so often on what topics you'd like to discussing on the Top Tuesday Live. So it was a close call, but anxiety did kind of tip the scale. So I'm going to talk to you today about my top tip on how to stop actually feeding your anxiety. And anxiety is so common, and it comes in so many different strengths. Someone can have like minor anxiety over driving, for example, versus someone can have quite extreme anxiety to do with health anxiety, and they might be unable to sleep due to fear of dying in the sleep. So there is a really broad spectrum. That's the right word, isn't it? Yeah, a broad spectrum or scale of anxiety, and so it can sometimes be hard to talk about it in general, but then equally there is some general tips and tricks and tools and ways that you can stop feeding into anxiety. So that's what I'm going to discuss with you today. But first of all, I want to kind of just talk about what anxiety is, because that kind of really helps then know how to deal with it. And anxiety is our brain's protection in overdrive, basically, and it can stem from a situation or from an event that has happened, or it can just occur naturally and be as part of our upbringing maybe, or just be there. But in anxiety is our brain over-analysing everything. It's worrying about everything and looking for potential dangers. But one thing that really sums up anxiety and comes from the incredible Tony Robbins, who is not only fit, but he's a powerhouse when it comes to mindset. And I loved his analogy. I don't even know if that's the right term. Anyway, he says that anxiety is false evidence appearing real. And when we think of that and we think of our own anxiety related thoughts, how true is that? How right is that? Think of it again. False evidence appearing real. So give me, if you're watching this live on the replay within the group, give me an emoji in the comments if that is ringing relatable alarm bells for you right now. And one of the things I hear my clients doing time and time again is trying to distract and not have anxiety thoughts. And yes, in some situations that is really helpful. For example, social anxiety situations, and you're in a busy social situation and you feel a panic attack coming on, or you feel anxiety rising, because I have quite bad social anxiety, so and for me it tends to like, or in the past it was where I'd have a lot of panic attacks, and I will use the Find 5 Things method, which is a very common method when it comes to anxiety, but just in case you've not heard of that before and you don't know what that is, it is that you find 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can feel, 3 things that you can hear, I don't know why I did that because I'm deaf in that ear, so it's hearing this side, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. Now for me, whenever I've done that, I've always ended up finding something like ridiculous, and then it really does help, you know, move me on from whatever it was that I was like, you just Do you know what I mean? You're that focused on, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, there's so many people, oh my god, whatever. So I always find the last one more helpful than the others. The others are always quite easy, no matter where you are. So this can be really great, but it is not great to avoid our anxiety all the time. Those times when you're trying so hard to get to sleep and your anxiety thoughts are swirling around and around and around and around, and they are so loud in your head, and you keep telling yourself to just shut up and go to sleep, but it doesn't happen, right? So do you want to know why? Because you're doing what I call the pink elephant effect. I'll tell you what, let me show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to show it you, and I'm going to show it you by saying a short sentence in a moment. And when I say that short sentence, I want you to not think about a pink elephant, okay? Sorry, let me get myself comfy. No matter what I say, I made it look like, let me get myself comfy because there's something big coming. I just got uncomfy. So no matter what, I want you to not think about a pink elephant. No matter what I say or do, please make sure that you do not think about a pink elephant. I don't want you to think about how a pink elephant looks, or how is it pink, or how big is it. Just do not think of a pink elephant, okay? No elephants, especially not a pink one, okay? So you ready for the sentence? Here it is. I have a huge obsession with boy bands. My favourite are Westlife, and they once did a music with lots of animals in. Okay, end of the sentence. So hands up. Let me know in the comments if during that sentence was you thinking about a pink elephant. My guess is you did. You thought about a pink elephant, and this is exactly what happens when you try to ignore and not actually deal with your anxiety and anxiety related thoughts. You fuel them. You make them get louder so that they make them get louder so that you will hear them, or they will hear you, you know what I mean? So you will hear them. You pass them like a megaphone. So my top tip is, when appropriate, like I said before, there's certain situations when the distraction method is perfect, but when appropriate, speak to your anxiety using the amazing analogy I gave you before from Tony Robbins about fear and false evidence appearing real, because this is where all our anxiety thoughts come from false evidence appearing real. So ask your thought where the evidence is. Soothe your thoughts and tell them that you are more than capable of keeping yourself safe and well. And explain that your thoughts are being irrational, but that you appreciate the thought, but that it can leave you now. So that sounds quite short and sweet, but that is a bit of a lengthy discussion to be having with yourself there. And also do mindset work. Do work that will help you get to the root cause, the core of the issue. My anxiety dramatically reduced when I started working on myself more, working on my core issues, and yes, my other corresponding mental illnesses. Another great way is journaling. Journaling is such a great way to get more in depth with your anxiety and really start talking to it and getting a grips with it. I did a top tip on journaling about 2 weeks ago if you're watching this live in the group, and you can find it in the group by searching Top Tip Tuesday and they'll all come up, or you can visit my YouTube channel, which is Stronger Than Your Mind, and if you're watching this on YouTube, then you can just search through the playlist that this will be within. But I'd also highly recommend my Journaling for Mental Health 30-day workshop. It is an email-based workshop, which means every day for 30 days you get an email from me helping you learn how to journal and how to journal for your mental health. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll pop the link in the description. If you're watching this live, hi. I'm going to post a link in the comments when the video posts. Does that make any sense? Because it doesn't let me do it. Well, sometimes it does let me do it live, sometimes it doesn't. But that's it for now. I'm trying to keep these short and succinct so that I can maybe start uploading them to TikTok as well, or something like that. So that's it for this week's Top Tip Tuesday. I'll be here again next Tuesday afternoon. So be sure to send me a message if there's anything specific that you want me to cover, or any issue or anything like that, then you can just pop me a message. And do let me know in the comments or send me a message if you are finding these top tips useful and if you're watching them, because I tend to see a lot of people that on live watching, or on the YouTube I'll see how many people are watching them, but nobody actually talks to me. So if you don't feel like confident enough to make a public comment, be it in here or on the YouTube channel, then you can always send me a message, and just let me know if you're finding these useful and helpful and what your biggest takeaway has been from watching them. So have an amazing Tuesday, and I will see you next week. If I don't get any major suggestions, then next week's topic is going to be so useful, and especially for what's going on right now in the big wide world. So do make sure you keep tuned for that. Okay, have an amazing Tuesday.